Hello, welcome to another video. Today I'm going over why I chose resin printing over FDM. So my very first printer was a Prusa i3 Mark IIs, and I loved it initially. It just was fantastic. It's a great printer, one of the nicer ones at the time. I bought it last year. At this point, I would argue the Ender 3, and especially the Pro or the Plus they released, it's pretty on par. It was really fun for me because I have my engineering background and school engineering background, which is much different than practical experience. That's a different video. So it was fun for me to tinker with it. I could see the stepper motors working, the belts, all that kind of stuff. It was cool for me to see exactly what was happening, watch each layer. It's very intuitive, I would say. Resin printing, you can't actually see it happen. Like for the beginning, 2 hours of the print, it's in the vat. So you just have to hope that it's working and keep listening for the sucking sound of it peeling out the FEP film. Anyway, but as I started using my FDM printer more and more, all of the mechanical quirks about it started to become really old. I kind of started getting over it because whether a belt would slip for no reason, and then there's this horrible layer shift that ruins my print, and I was so over it. And then my Penda probe went bad. I don't even know how that happens, but essentially it couldn't tell where the bed was at, so whenever I had to level it, it would try and drill a hole in the bed. That was annoying. It was just one thing after another, and there's a lot of mechanical parts involved in FDM than there is in resin printing. In resin printing, you just have an LCD screen that lights up, and then you have your build plate, which lowers and raises, and that's really all you have going on. It's a lot simpler machine overall, I would argue, and it was just more attractive to me. So I know that for FDM, it's a lot less messy because you don't have resin, there's no toxicity problems or whatever. But honestly, I kind of like it. I'm the kind of person who likes process and procedure, I guess you could say. And removing supports off of FDM minis drove me nuts because I would just I would stab myself in the plastic removing it, and it just drove me crazy. I have pretty tough hands because I've worked with my hands a lot. I used to do, I tried sculpting my hand for a while. I did a lot of painting, but it still annoyed me to be poked by sharp plastic. I'd way rather put on some gloves and just deal with liquid resin when I'm cleaning up. And the fact that from a design perspective, my models are just better suited for resin. I could design them for FDM. I really like elegant, thin, really just thin elements all over. I mean, even my monsters and creatures and stuff that aren't supposed to be thin, pretty women or whatever, they're pretty thin and emaciated, or just, I don't know. That's just how I design, I guess. So as a result, resin printing was just a better bet for me. It matches my style a lot better. And then from a business aspect, because I do sell my miniatures and I do like to print them and paint them and that kind of stuff, it's just faster for me. I can put it at 0.05 layer height and fill the build plate with 10 mini, sometimes 12. I really cram them on there, and it's awesome. It's just done. My fail rate is also a lot lower with resin printing. And before I get too far into this, I'm pretty much wrapping up anyway. FDM printing is great. I've seen people do it, and it looks amazing. Some of them I can't even tell if it's resin or not. I had this guy who printed my grung recently and shared it, and I was just blown away. My grung is tiny. It's only, it's a frog dude, so it's not even 28 millimeters tall. It's 25 for appropriate scaling, and it looked just as good as when I put it on resin. I don't know if I could have done that. Even though I have my engineering and I tinker and stuff, I'm not the most technical person when it comes fixing machinery. I see printers and the means to bring my designs to life. I just want it to work. I don't want to tinker on a Sunday afternoon. I just get mad. So with resin printing, it's great because either the LCD screen's gonna break, I replace it, ribbon cable, real simple, or I sand the build plate if there's a huge nick in it. I'm not sure why that would ever happen, but my point being, it's easier for me to fix things. So yeah, real brief summary why. It fits my designs better because I design delicate, elegant things, or skeletal, emaciated things. It's faster from a business perspective and simpler. And finally, I had something in my head and I'm losing it. What was it? Oh, I like the process of it. Even though it's messier, for me it's not. It's a kind of relaxing procedure. Every single time of cleaning them, checking them out. I don't know. I just like the process of it. So that's everything. If you have any questions or think I really missed anything, it's really more of my own personal opinion, so I'm not sure how much room for argument there is. feel free to comment below and I'll get back to you. Until next time.